What's up, mi gente? No, just kidding. I don't know why I've been like wanting to say that. I just had to get it out of my system. But also I wanted to just cleanse on screen for you guys. I don't even remember the last time I did that. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right to it. No, see, this is why I cleanse off screen, because I need a moment. But I think this is kind of the point, is like spirit wants you to see that it does take a second, to kind of get into that space. We could be silly. We could still be silly, but like to a degree, you know what I'm saying? So with all due respect, I'm going to do 2 readings back to back right now. One is going to be regular, and then for those of you who are devotees, one is going to be a reading from La Santa Muerte. So if you feel called to that, make sure to watch the next part. But we're going to go ahead and get into a collective reading. This is going to be an open message per usual, okay? Hold on. I need my, I'm being told not to pause, so I'm just gonna, get it. Okay. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you should make a fresh pot of Jamaica. Your body will thank you later. If you could refrain from using sugar, that would be best. If you feel like you need a little bit of sugar, valid. Okay, you could use pure cane sugar, okay? And then someone here needs coconut water. Okay, here we go. What is it that the collective needs to know at this time? Okay, so we have the Magician first and foremost. A lot of you are being called to tap into your magic. 2 things I'm getting with this is like, for some of you, it's literal physical magic, okay? That's not going to be for everybody. Take what resonates, okay? As always, like, take what resonates. For some of you, it's going to be physical magic, where your guides are calling you or advising you to actually get into a physical practice within your magic. For others of you, it's to focus your concentration, focus on cleansing and clearing your third eye, so that you can focus on your actual manifestations, okay? So 2 different groups right there. Let's see, we do have the Knight of Wands. Let's see. Okay, so you guys are most likely working on something, or you're working towards something. It's like you are being called to be this in some sort of like, you're a student of life. I was going to say in a position of learning. Okay, we have death here. So again, for those of you who are going to be listening to the second part of this is going to be, the second reading is going to be a part 2 from La Santa Muerte. It's going to be like a to be continued. Okay, that's just what I'm getting from this right now too. But for those of you who are just here for this reading, with the death here, it's like you are being called to surrender. That was a message for tonight. That was the biggest message for tonight, was to surrender. And I've actually been getting that word in particular, for many years now. It's been like 7 years, the word surrender. And we think that would be something so easy to do, or something like, okay, yeah, I could surrender, like, sure, no problem, but actually surrendering is like requiring the most trust, and it's like trusting blindly, right? it's like, how do we know how to, like, how could we, that's such a hard thing to do. It's so scary. And, you know, within the surrender has to be a death of self, a death within, right? And it's like fully releasing yourself even within the death. It's like releasing a part of you or a version of yourself that no longer serves you. But after the death comes the rebirth. Within this death, right? Like, focus on this photo for a second, right? Look at this person here. That's that grieving, that mourning, you know, and it's like that sadness. In every phase of life, as you're exiting one phase, it's going to be this bittersweet moment, this bittersweet feeling. You're going to feel that sadness. You're going to feel that grief. You're going to feel that loss, you know, but I think the message within that is to shift your perspective and shift your perception. Is like, don't be sad for what no longer is. Be happy that it once was. I don't think that's how the saying goes, but if you know it, actually, can you please put that in the comments? No, but I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, be happy that it actually happened. You know, don't be sad that it's over, that it's ending, you know. I don't know who needs to hear that, but okay, there's so much energy rushing through within this reading. It almost makes me feel like a little bit nervous. And I've been trying to check in with myself, like, is the nervousness coming from like being shy or like being like, you know, but it's really not even that. Like, I always get stage fright, you know. I think that's normal too. Also, I don't know who's being called to like talk or like share something or say something, or but it's like getting over that fear, that nervousness, that holds you back. Okay, that little frog in your throat. Also, frogs may be significant, or you may be being called by the frogs. If you know, you know. Some of you are like, I don't know, but I want to know. Ancestral medicine, okay? I love you. Ancestral medicine, okay? If you are feeling called by the frog and you don't know and you don't even know, but you want to know, okay? And you're being called and yes, okay. Some of you guys are actually being called to start practicing or looking into at least doing the research on ancestral medicine, and particularly Kambo. That is a frog medicine, okay? So, for those of you who know, or I don't know, yeah, no, I've talked about it on live plenty of times. We've had ancestral messages, ancestral medicine meetings, and all of the things. So I do practice with Kambo. If you feel called to that and you feel called to me, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Ceremonial sessions, all of the things, okay? If you know, you know. Read my mind. You got this. I believe in you, okay? Within that, let's take a second actually for that. Spirit is like not even gonna allow me to move on. Within the ancestral medicine, actually, because I don't know, it's hard, right? A lot of these things are hard because it's like we have these blocks, right? We have these blocks, but it's like, how do we get past the blocks to get to the next point? But it's almost like we need this help, right? We need this type of spiritual help, and that can cost money, and sometimes we don't have the money. This was another message that came up too, even for me personally. It was like, you know, needing some type of work or needing certain types of work, but like not necessarily having the funds or the money to get it done or to do it. And it's like, it almost feels like not disappointing, but like, I guess disappointing, but like also like, oh my god, what's the word? Like, oh man, like frustrated, like you don't feel like enough, like you don't feel like you're worth the work. I don't know who is feeling like this or who needs to hear this, but like, I'm getting a sense of feeling stuck. But in the same sense, this energy is showing me an energy of rushing in. So let me see, Spirit. What is it? What is even this? What is even this? What is even happening here? Because it's like, yeah, that's so real. That's literally what I swear, you guys. Look at that. I cannot make this up. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling. This like resistance, this conflict, this like weird energy, right? It's like this like back and forth. This is fear. This is conflict. Straight up. This is conflict. But behind the conflict is fear. Okay? That's the problem. But then in the same token, we have strength. So it's like that's where that forward movement, forward energy comes pushing through. So many things, right? Even if your physical reality doesn't actually match what you know to be true or what you believe to be true, doesn't mean that it's not real. You have to experience these deaths over and over and over until you learn the lesson, until it clicks, until you get what I'm saying? Like, otherwise, it's like, I'm hearing repeat the cycle, or what is it? Stop the habits today, or what is it? Quit the habit today or repeat the cycle tomorrow. Something like that. Yeah, that's basically it. It's like, sometimes we know what's right for us and what's wrong for us or what's not good for us, but like, we continuously do because we're not ready to quit. We're not ready to stop the cycle. We're not ready to stop the pattern. We're just continuously repeating this thing because we're honestly just scared to not. We're scared of the unknown. We're scared of the, look at this. The Eight of Cups, it's to look beyond. We're scared of that. Like, what is beyond? What is behind that? Like, do I have enough water to get there? Could I do it? I don't know. I'm scared. You get me? Like, actually, I think I'll just stay right here. I'm actually really, 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 really scared. Like, I don't think I can. No, I can't. No, I'm gonna just sit here. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here. It's too much. And it's like, actually, your guides are reminding you that you're literally the sun, okay? What's behind here after the sun? You get me? It's like, no, it's almost like you're scared of nothing, but of course you're scared of something. You're scared of so many things, all of the things, in fact, and it is valid. Your guides want you to know they're not trying to invalidate you. I know that was another thing that was coming up today too, is like, the connection with your guides, or like the communication with your guides, could be a little bit frustrating at this time. They're saying they understand your frustration because a lot of the messages come in a form of like a riddle or a puzzle. And you're almost just like, what? Like, a lot of the things you're just like, I need a sign, I need this, and then your guides are like 111, and you're just like, bruh. Like, I cannot with you guys right now. You're like, a spirit, I need help. God, the universe, anybody, is there anybody out there? They're like, 333. You're like, bro. You're like, I don't get it. They're like, are you looking up the numbers? Are you looking up the numbers every single time? Every single time, until it gets completely drilled into your head what all of the numbers mean. Therefore, when it comes up in a moment, in a second, you understand the assignment and you're now locked in. If you're not there yet, you still have work to do. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. If you're not there yet, you still have a couple of deaths to go through to get there. There's 1,000,001 deaths. They're saying there's no number. There's more than that, which is frustrating. That's the part, right? But it's like through that, you're still being reminded that you're still the sun. Like you're meant to get through this. There's going to be a lot of challenges along the way, yeah, for sure. But if you stay true to you, you stay true to God, you stay true to the divine, you cannot lose. The humble never stumble. Remember that. Okay, I don't know who needed to hear that one, but it's true. We have judgment at the bottom of the deck, so... And it's like, too, like, for my collective, you guys know that. I feel like this is your energy where you're like, the humble doesn't stumble, baby. You're like, and it's good because, you know, I feel like that's not even your outside energy. That's, like, your energy within. You're not trying to be all fucking, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to throw the F-bomb out there, but it's like that. That's the energy is like, it's this fire within. That's the strength. That is the strength. It's that fire within where it gets you going. It literally, like, it ignites you. It's like, this is the rage. This is where it's all intertwined. It's all connected. And it's like all of these life experiences that create this, that build this. It's meant for you to get all of this, use this, transmute this, combine this, alchemize this, and use this for your advantage, to your advantage, like with harm to none. You see? Let's see, Spirit, anything else? Okay. Energy. Wow. Okay, crazy. So, hold on, let me pull a couple more. But for right here, it's like, you know, you're being called to make a decision. You're being called to take a leap of faith. You're coming out as a 9 of Wands, so it's like you are the wounded warrior, dude. You need to heal right now. This is a time for resting, okay? This is a time for relaxation, but also not a time to... okay, there's a difference. There's a fine line, right? There's a fine line because, look, there's so much defensiveness right here, okay? So this doesn't mean, like... It's so weird. It's kind of confusing, but it's like you're supposed to relax. You're meant to relax when, and this is specifically for women, but when women relax, you can act like within your home, you actually like bring in and call in and pull in abundance. However, if you're bed rotting and you're doom scrolling and you're eating like crap and you're not taking care of yourself and you're not being healthy about it, then that's not going to bring in abundance. You're actually just causing blockages for yourself. So that's different. You see what I'm saying? There's like a fine line between relaxing and resting. Like, are you relaxing and resting and taking care of yourself and rejuvenating and recharging and preserving? Or are you trashing yourself? You get me? Like, there is a fine line. Okay. So Spirit is saying, like, right now what needs to happen, or what you're being called is to focus on your finances. And I know that's probably not what you were expecting to hear, and low-key I wasn't either, but that's what it's coming down to, because we have the devil energy right here. So either you're a Capricorn, you're dealing with the Capricorn, and or you have Capricorn placements, or this is just like a heavy earth sign. But this is the energy that it's you versus this. So I don't know. Let me see what, if there's, what, Capricorn has been coming up a lot. Let me see other signs. For those of you who want to know, I am getting Aries, water signs, in particularly. It's like okay, heavy earth energy. It could be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. But I am also getting heavy Aries energy, and then water signs. I'm not really getting in like any other sign like in particularly. You got me? I don't really I don't really focus too much on that, you guys. I feel like you guys have noticed that about me already, but if you're new here, welcome. But yeah, I don't really get into it, but I feel like maybe I'm being called to get more into it, so we'll see. Don't hold me to it. Let me see. Continuing with the devil energy, if this has nothing to do with signs, then this is just talking about the toxic energy that you've been dealing with, and or that a lot of reflection here too. I was hearing reflejo. So we have 5 of Wands. There's a lot of competitive energy right here in this connection. It's not going to be an easy connection, and I don't feel like you're being called to continue it either. You're being called to move away from it, in fact, and to focus on your finances. We have the 6 of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, move away and be patient. Walk away and be patient. Choose yourself and be patient. The King of Pentacles, the 7 of Wands, and then we have the Justice. I feel like throughout this struggle and throughout this fight, or throughout this like defensive, or throughout this like defense, throughout this battle, it feels like a war. Throughout this, throughout this fight, it's like, I feel like it has been changing you and shifting you and making you like, I don't know, for some of you, I'm hearing to continue to try to keep your heart space open, not to give up on love. I was going to say loss. So not to give up on love. A lot of you feel like you have lost either that spark within you for love, or that belief in love, or it's like you're starting to give up on love, or you're starting to give up on believing in love, which your guides are saying like it's valid. I was also going to say valuable. So, it's valid. However, love does exist, and it is out there, and it is valuable, and it does bring value to your life. Relationships are meant to help you grow. You're meant to help people grow. Once you and someone are no longer growing together and or individually, it's time to go so that you can continue to grow. You see? So because of the conflict here, because of this toxic energy or this negative energy, this comes out as abuse, emotionally, mentally, physically. I'm also hearing the word narcissist too. So some of you are dealing with that. Not everybody. Take what resonates. Okay. The focus is being brought back to you. It's like you're going to be shifted into yourself. This whole situation, whatever it is that you're dealing with, whoever it is that you're going up against, because like I said, it does feel like a fight. It feels like a battle. It feels like, I'm seeing so many different images. Like, those like knights on the horses that they have like those sticks, and they're like going like this, and they're like, and it's like till death, that is what I'm getting. So that is the energy. It's like, it's you versus them, and it's just like, who's gonna kill who first? And that's not cool. So that's pretty much the energy that's coming out for this reading, which is kind of scary. But you're being called to hold your strength and hold your power, and don't allow anybody to sway you or knock you off your truth, your power, your truth within. It's like, be true to you. Be true to you. I really feel like that's the whole entire message. Be strong, be true. Let me see if there's really anything else. Spirit, any last messages besides being true? No, just it's time for this new chapter. It's time for this new beginning. It's time for this new era. It's time for this new energy to be welcomed into your life. I feel like a lot of you have halfway started, but you're feeling a little hesitant at this time, or some of you haven't started at all, but like you've really been thinking about it and like considering it, and you're just like scared because you're like, what if I do it and what if it doesn't work out? But your guides are like, no, like if you don't do it, you're gonna regret it. That's what I'm like. If you don't do it, you're going to see that it's like a missed opportunity is what I'm hearing. And you know, at one point I really thought that wasn't possible. I thought that missed opportunities was something that was made up. I thought that missed opportunities were impossible, because I thought, what if you cannot miss what God has for you. I always believed that. I always did. I really did. No lie. Up until recently, I don't believe that anymore. I believe that you can absolutely 1000% miss an opportunity. And I do now believe that you can mess up an opportunity as well. So, be careful. Like, it's meant for us to learn throughout these, moments in our life. We are tested, and depending on what routes we choose and what words we say and how we say it and where we say it at and all of the things, every single thing is being taken into factor. It's being taken into place, right? So trust in yourself, trust in your guides, and take on the new chapter, okay? Well, obviously you could choose not to, but you just stay stuck in the cycle. But you could stay stuck in that cycle for however long you're ready to, you know what I'm saying? When you're ready to get out of that cycle, you'll be ready to get out of that cycle. Everything is going to work in divine alignment. If 333 has been coming up for you a lot, maybe you were attracted to this video because of that. 333 is divine alignment. Okay, so I don't know who needed to hear that, but I hope it was so helpful. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, 333plantas.com for online booking. I hope this helps. I'll see you soon. Bye.